Well, Disney's flagship animated show, Star Wars Resistance, is no more. Disney has decided to pull the plug on Star Wars Resistance after just 2 seasons, and season 2 isn't even out yet. So after 1 season, they decided to pull the plug after season 2. Now, the second season is supposed to serve as a bridge between The Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. However, nobody cares because almost nobody watched this TV show. I watched the first episode of season 1, and I had a very, very hard time concentrating watching that show. And I really didn't even want to watch it. It was terrible. It was a bunch of characters that I didn't care about. I really didn't. And I don't think I'm alone on that, because I know other people that are really into Star Wars like myself, and they didn't watch it either. Some people actually watched more episodes than I did. I think Rhodes Rant said that he watched 3 episodes, and that was it. He couldn't get into it. And if you know Rhodes, he's not really a Jedi type of person. He's more into like the Han Solo stuff. But man, nobody cares about this show, Disney. Nobody cares about this show, Lucasfilm. And I know that Dave Filoni has his name on this TV show. And Dave Filoni, did a great job with the Clone Wars under George Lucas. And he made Star Wars Rebels, which I really, really did enjoy. But however, Dave Filoni wasn't hands-on every day on Star Wars Resistance like he was with Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars. So I don't even know how much blame I can really put on him for this show, because he was pulled away to do other stuff, which I think we know what it was, that he's helping out with The Mandalorian. So he wasn't really going to be involved with Resistance. This is a good decision by Disney. This is a good decision by Lucasfilm. I'm going to give them credit where credit is due. Canceling this show was the best thing, because I can't think of anyone that watched it. This just tells you that nobody is invested in the sequel trilogy. No one cares about these new characters because you didn't respect the old characters. And I think that's the main problem now with Disney Star Wars. I don't think people would have a problem with Rey taking the lead in the sequel trilogy, but Disney abandoned the old characters and the fans. They said, take it or leave it with these new characters. We don't care about your Luke. We don't care about your Han. We don't care about your Leia. We don't care about the past. And when you don't respect the past, how do you expect people to respect the future? Now, I said before in the past that I really do feel bad for Daisy Ridley because she's the lead of the new trilogy, but nobody cares about her character. That really falls on Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and Bob Iger, head of Disney. But jumping back to Resistance, did you guys watch any of the episodes? I mean, if you didn't, don't waste your time. It's a very, very hard watch. The animation looks awful. It really looks awful. It didn't look anything like the Clone Wars. And I have to admit, the first time I watched the Clone Wars, it was a little bit to adapt. And I thought it looks the best. Rebels animation looked really good too. But the animation on Resistance was trash. Let's just call it what it is. It was absolute trash. I'm so glad that this is gone. And to tell you the truth, I think a lot of people probably forgot that Resistance was on TV. Nobody's talking about it. There's no buzz around it whatsoever. So what does this say about Disney Star Wars? This just says that even though this show was really designed for kids, but the Clone Wars was designed for kids, and the Clone Wars was great. Rebels was designed for kids. It was really good. But Resistance, when you can't make it through one episode, because it's just so god awful, you have a problem. Now, when I look at all of the animated stuff that Disney has done under themselves, not George Lucas, mainly talking about Rebels, the one consistent thing you had was Dave Filoni. So when we found out that Dave Filoni wasn't going to be involved in the day-to-day operations of Resistance, I had a bad feeling about this. I really did. I knew that this show would not be very good when you don't have one of the best guys in Star Wars, actually the only guy that really seems to know what he's doing, involved. You don't. Resistance is really what Disney Star Wars is about. It's about abandoning and alienating the past, splitting the fan base, identity politics, everything. Good decision though, Disney, to cancel this. Very, very good decision. I'm going to give you a thumbs up because you made the right decision. But who's going to watch season 2? I can't think of anybody. And I know quite a few diehard Star Wars fans. They're not watching this. A lot of people, they're just ready for the Clone Wars and they're ready for the Mandalorian. So nobody cares about the bridge between episode 8 and episode 9. Now, if this was back in the day when George Lucas was running things and he actually put out, ancillary material, but granted now, Clone Wars, the TV show, came out after Revenge of the Sith, so that's a little different. But if he actually put out the Clone Wars between episode 2 and episode 3, I can guarantee you people would be watching. But Disney, nobody's watching this because it's awful. It is terrible. But that's just my thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on this? No more Star Wars Resistance. Thank the maker. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.